We are going to come to you live from Bentonville High School at the ballpark in Bentonville for Game 3 today of our quarterfinal matchup of the 6A West State Tournament. This afternoon's game features two really good baseball teams coming into the tournament. HarBer out of Springdale and the Conway Wampus Cats. Conway is the 1 seed in the 6A Central, and HarBer is the 3 seed in the Central as well. Let's go ahead and introduce the lineups. For HarBer, batting first, the shortstop, it'll be 34, Ross Felder. Batting second, center field, number 3, Dylan Gibson. Batting third, the pitcher, the number 11, Luke Corneliuson. Batting fourth will be the right fielder, number 12, Brady Smith. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 4, Braden Sprague. And batting sixth, the first baseman, Caleb Smith. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 13, Caleb Chola. Batting eighth, the DH, number 9, Davis Dyer. And batting ninth will be the second baseman, number 1, Luke Altman. Pitching is Luke Corneliuson, who is a very good pitcher for HarBer. He's been their number 2 starter all year, but he's had a good season. So this will be a good matchup for him going against the Conway Wampus Cats. Starting lineup is batting first, second baseman, number 18, Sean Cover. Batting second, the catcher, number 4, Max Holland. Batting third is the number 9, Tucker Satterfield. He's playing shortstop. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 23, Thomas Ford. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, Will Thompson. Batting sixth, number 30, Bo Billick. He's pitching today as well. Batting seventh, the DH, number 11, Braden Bramlett. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 1, Drake Naylor. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 14, London Stewart. And batting 10th, well, not batting 10th, but playing in the field, left fielder will be number 3, Blake Kordsmeyer. So we're going to go ahead and take a break real quick, and then when we come back, we'll be ready to go live from Bentonville with the quarterfinal game between HarBer and Conway.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jacklings, feed your wild side.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
Foster Roofing has been assisting Arkansas homeowners as they've weathered every storm for over 30 years. Foster Roofing is a family-owned, locally operated company providing expert professional roofing services. For your roof repair, choose local, licensed, and professional. Choose Foster Roofing.
All right, welcome back here to Bentonville for our third quarterfinal game between HarBer and Conway. The first 2 games were really good games. We had Rogers winning the first game, and then we had in the second game Bryant came back in the 6th inning and scored 6 runs to win 8-5 over Fayetteville. So they will play each other tomorrow. Rogers and Bryan at noon in the semifinals. And this game will determine the next two games here will determine who plays in the semifinals. You have Cabot playing Heritage, Rogers Heritage, and the late game tonight. And they will play whoever wins that game will play this winner of Conway and HarBer. Bo Billick is pitching for Conway, number 30 here. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. And batting first for HarBer is number 34, Ross Felder, who pitched yesterday for HarBer and pitched an excellent game. And the first pitch to Felder. Strike. Probably always feels good when you throw the first pitch of the game as a strike, gets you going. That one's a little outside for Billick. Felder steps back in. Count is 1-1. That's a little inside, so it'll go to 2-1 for Felder. Beautiful day here in Bentonville. A little chilly, wind, a little windy, but it's going to settle down to be a nice evening, I think. Felder misses on that one. It's going to be 2-2. That ball is a little inside, so we're going to go to a full count. Great at bat for Felder. So you're the leadoff batter of the game. That's probably the best thing you can do is start racking up as many pitches as you can against the opposing pitcher. And if you're Bellick here, you want to definitely get this out and get things rolling. Don't want to lead off with the walk that usually turns into runs percentage-wise. All right, the payoff. Oh, struck him out looking. Excellent pitch by Billick. Felder thought otherwise, but nonetheless, he is out. And up next for HarBer will be center fielder Dylan Gibson. All right, first pitch to Dylan Gibson. Outside or low. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss there by Gibson. Even the count of 1-1. HarBer has all dyed their hair blonde. The whole team has. Is show a unity going into the state tournament. Maybe bring him some luck. Who knows? But I guess it's a statement saying they're all on the same page and ready to roll. Worked last night definitely for him. Here's the 1-1. Just a little inside. All right, the 2-1 pitch is down low and outside. That'll take it to 3-1. Billick already at 10 pitches. And just a second batter. Nothing to concern now, but later on it might be. All right, the 3-1 is inside, and that's a walk. So Gibson will get to first base on a walk, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Luke Corneliuson, number 11. And Dylan Gibson at second, or at first, he'll be held on by Will Thompson at first base for Conway. That was a ball there, first pitch. Gibson with a pretty decent lead over at first. And Billick grooves one in for a strike. Make it 1-1. Billick throws over the first. Dylan Gibson was easily back. Maybe just a throw over to keep him honest, let him know he's thinking about him. And the runner goes. And it's swung and it's hit deep to the left, foul. So a nice little hit and run there. With Luke Corneliuson pulling one way foul. And Dylan Gibson got a great jump there, so it'll be interesting to see what they do from here on out. The count now 1-2. Another throw over the first. Dylan Gibson's back pretty easily. Another throw over. And now Billick sets for the 1-2. Corneliuson, that is low and outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And the runner goes. Again. Swung and pulled foul down the line a little bit. Way foul. I shouldn't say down the line. Cranked it foul. Dylan Gibson will jog back to first. Another hit and run going there. Now the 2-2. Runner stays. Ball is hit to Tucker Satterfield. At short, and then Sean Cover at second. He throws it to Will Thompson, and that's a good old-fashioned double play to get out of the inning. And Fayetteville goes down, HarBer goes down. A nice little double play. We'll be right back after this little short break.
And I'm going to need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
My dad calls it the it factor. That thing that separates you, that makes you tick. Ultimately, my it factor came when I grew more confidence. Everybody has a role on a team, whether you're a scout team player or the star player. The older that I've gotten, the more that I've worked and the more success that I've had, the more confidence that I had, and the more that I'm willing to risk and take a little bit of chances to help my team win.
All right, welcome back here to Bentonville. To the bottom half of the first inning with HarBer and Conway. So that first half inning there, HarBer got a man on a walk, leadoff walk. Or not a leadoff walk. The second batter got a walked, and then there was a double play. Ended the first inning. Nice little double play, routine one that Conway made it look easy for sure, and they will come to the plate. And their first three batters up are their Sean Cover, the second baseman, the catcher Max Holland, and the shortstop Tucker Satterfield. Again, pitching for HarBer is Luke Corneliuson. He's been their second game starter. Or day 2 starter when they play series in the season, in the conference games for sure. And he's had a really good season. Again, this is the third quarterfinal matchup of today. The winner of this game will play the winner of Cabot and Heritage, who will play next. And the first 2 games were great games, coming down kind of the last couple innings. The last game, Bryant came back and scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th against Fayetteville to send them home. And then Rogers sent Little Rock Catholic home in a close game. All right, so here we're going to get going in the bottom of the 1st. We got the second baseman, Sean Cover, up. And Corneliuson is ready to roll. Right down the middle for a strike. It's a good start for him. That ball is shot foul down the right side into the bullpen area for the visiting team. So Cover's down 0-2. And here comes Corneliuson's 0-2 pitch. Maybe a little outside. Hey, that's a tough one to take. But Sean had good eyes there, according to the umpire. Little breaking pitch. A little bit outside again. It'll go to 2-2. Corneliuson working that outside corner there. The 2-2. That'll be shot up the middle for a base hit for Sean Cover. So Cover goes down 0-2. Looks at a couple pitches and hits one right down the middle for a base hit. So we got our first hit for the game. And that'll bring up Max Holland, the catcher for Conway. Again, the Conway is the 1 seed in the Central. HarBer was the 3 seed. That ball finds the inside corner for a strike. So Cover, the leadoff hitter, you would think he might steal here, test out the catcher for HarBer. Ball is low. Caleb Chola made a good stop there for HarBer, keeping the runner at first. And the 1-1. It's low. And now Cover is going to go, as that ball did kick forward a little bit, got away from Chola. So Sean Cover is at second. Count is 2-1. So Conway's got things rolling here in the bottom of the 1st. Runner already in scoring position. Count 2-1. That ball is hit in between the shortstop and third baseman. Holland gets the stop sign at third, or Cover got the stop sign at third. And that's 2 hits already for Conway. And we got runners on the corner with Tucker Satterfield coming up to the plate. So 2 on, no outs here. Runners on the corners for Conway. Corneliuson will step up to the mound. And that ball finds the outside corner for a strike. A little quick throw over by Corneliuson. Ball's down in the dirt. Another good stop by Chola. The 1-1 pitch is outside. Now take the count to 2-1. Again, runners on the corner. Ball is fouled back against the netting here. And that'll even the count 2-2. Corneliuson ready to pitch. The 2-2 pitch. And just got a piece of that was Satterfield. Keep himself alive. And that ball is going to be foul. Yeah, that would have been a long run for that left fielder out there, Braden Sprague. It's a huge ballpark here in Bentonville. Large, actually pretty big foul territories. So a lot of ground to cover for these outfielders. All right, the 2-2 pitch again. That ball's inside. Close to hitting the batter. That'll make it a full count, 3-2. And that's high. And Satterfield will walk. And that puts the bases loaded. And Corneliuson's found himself in a nice little jam here with no outs, bases loaded. With Thomas Ford, the cleanup hitter for Conway, coming up to bat. Caleb Chola goes out to talk to Corneliuson, probably settle him down, go over to how they want to approach this against the cleanup hitter, Thomas Ford. First baseman and third baseman will play up, probably playing for the play at the plate. And second and shortstop will be back playing for the double play up the middle. First pitch to Thomas Ford is a strike. Oh. They did check to see if the batter went around, and the ump out in the field said he did not. Ball was high. Looked like it confused Thomas Ford a little bit. And the one pitch is fouled back. So Corneliuson has him is ahead in the count, 1-2 here. Still looking for the first out of the inning. Bases loaded. And the 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3. Never looked like Thomas Ford was comfortable at that bat. And Corneliuson nevertheless gets his first out with the strikeout. Definitely needed that. And next up for Conway will be Will Thompson, first baseman. And Corneliuson, maybe that'll settle him down a little bit. He would definitely attack that at bat really well and was able to get the strikeout against Ford. And this first pitch to Thompson is hit high into the center field. Is it deep enough to get a guy in, tagging from third? And it does. Sean Cover comes in to score. So Thomas Ford does his job, gets a sac fly into center field, and that'll bump the score to Conway 1. Oh.
Now batting number 30, Bo Billick.
Yeah. While HarBer was kind of getting the ball back to Corneliuson there, the free guy who was on first base, Tucker Satterfield, just went ahead and went to second. And the HarBer coach is going to come out and have a little chat with the ump. I don't know if anyone called timeout. I mean, evidently the umpires in the field did say they did not call a timeout, so Tucker Satterfield just went ahead and moved on to second. So that could be a huge play right there, moving the runners into scoring position at second and third with Satterfield, Max Holland. Or Max Holland, we had a kid come in and run for third base. So we got runners at second and third, 2 outs. And we got Bo Billick, the pitcher, in at the bat. And the first pitch to Billick is right down the middle. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. So the pitcher Billick for Conway finds himself down 0-2 to Corneliuson. And Corneliuson, looking to get out of this, was just giving up 1 run. I think he would be happy with that after the way things started. The bases loaded with no outs. The 0-2, foul down the left field line. And Billick steps in, and Corneliuson with the 0-2 pitch coming up. 2 outs, runners in second and third. Ball was low and outside, I guess. HarBer people thought otherwise, but that's a hard one to take with 2 strikes. But again, Bo Billick showing a good eagle eye there and taking that. And that ball is fouled back. Again, so Billick fighting here. Count is 1-2. He's fouled a couple pitches off. And Corneliuson's ready to get out of jam. And here comes the 1-2. Yeah. Corneliuson strikes out the side there. And what started out as could be an ugly inning, only giving up 1 run. I think HarBer would be happy with that. And we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back here in Bentonville here in a second.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jack Links, feed your wild side.
All right, welcome back. As we get going in the second inning with the score, Conway 1, HarBer 0. And again, that last half inning, Conway loaded the bases with no outs. And Cornelius, the pitcher for HarBer, was able to get a couple outs. He didn't allow a sac fly to get a run in, but Conway only got one run. And now up to bat for HarBer to start off things here is the right fielder, Brady Smith. And that first pitch was a ball low. As it's ball 2 there for Billick. As Brady Smith steps in. And that ball is deep in the left center. Left fielder Blake Kordsmeyer was able to track it in, and Conway has notched their first out of the inning.
Now batting for HarBer.
And that'll bring up Braden Sprague, the left fielder for HarBer. And that ball was in there for a strike, so Braden Sprague goes down 0-1. Bo Billick again. The ball's a little low, so we'll even up the count. The 1-1. Ball is hit to right field. That's a London Stewart out there. And that ball, he's not able to track it in. So Braden Sprague will go into second with the stand-up double. Again, London Stewart, that ball was hit. It actually got to the warning track, so that's one of the deeper balls we've seen hit today out there. The wind has died down a little bit, so maybe the ball will travel. And now you got Braden Sprague at second with Caleb Smith coming up to bat with the runner in scoring position. And a swing and a miss.
Okay, I'll go out there.
And I don't know what's up with it, but I sent.
Okay, I'm gonna take a battery out there.
The 0-1. Inside. So that'll take the count to 1-1. And Sprague at second. Not getting a lot of attention from Sean Cover or Tucker Satterfield for Conway. The breaking pitch. And Caleb Smith gets a piece of it and knock it foul. Runner goes. And hit and run there. And again, count is still 1-2 with that ball being fouled off to the Conway dugout. One-two pitch. Oh. Billick was thinking about throwing back to second. Maybe trying to keep the runner, Braden Sprague, keeping him a little honest there since he took off and ran. And that ball misses for ball two. The 2-2 coming from Billick. And that ball's driven into left field. That's definitely going to score a run. Braden Sprague comes around. And Caleb Smith is going to go in for a double. So back-to-back doubles for HarBer here, have evened the score to 1-1.
Now batting for HarBer, number 13, Caleb Chola.
And that brings up the catcher, Caleb Chola, with Sprague at second with no outs. First pitch to Chola. Inside. Runner goes. Braden Sprague going to third, and he's in there safe. So with one out, that makes it. Umpire's going to confer here. I'm going to talk about whether the batter got in the way there. Now, I will say Caleb Chola, he is very inside and really back in the box. And I think the plate umpire is just going to check with the other guys to see what they saw out in the field. But Caleb Smith was able to get a pretty clean jump. Again, Sean Cover at second and Tucker Satterfield at shortstop weren't really they had an eye on him, but they weren't really holding the runner on. And Smith was able to get a pretty good jump. So after conversation there, it's going to still stand. The runner gets to third base. Conway coach is going to come out and chat about that. All right. Again, they were kind of, I guess they're going to talk again about, again, it's some batter interference here on that stolen base. Definitely want to make sure they got it right. And, again, nothing changes. And the count is 2-0 to Chola. Oh, it's 1-1, sorry. All right, the 1-1 with Caleb Smith at third. And that ball's driven into center field. Drake manner out there reels it in, but that's going to do its job and score a run. So that's stolen base there by Caleb Smith. Turns out to be pretty big. He's able to get to third, and with the sack fly by Chola, and that's going to take the score to 2-1. And that brings up Davis Dyer. That's right, it's Drake Naylor in center field. So 2 outs now. Bases are empty with that sack fly. And that ball's dribbled to third base. But Thomas Ford is able to, they're going to call a foul ball there. Guessing it hit the plate or off the player. All right, so it ends up being a foul ball. And Davis Dyer gets a second chance there. It must have hit the plate because it didn't act like Davis Dyer had hit him, because, if it hits him, it probably is going to hurt. And then he's not going to run to first because he knows it's going to be foul. And that ball's right down the pipe. 0-2. And that's a chopper to the pitcher. He's able to scoop it underhand to Will Thompson, and that'll end the stop of the second. HarBer gets 2 runs on back-to-back doubles and a sac fly, bringing a guy in, so it's 2-1. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
At Grand Savings Bank, we believe life is grand, and we empower our team to support the needs of our local communities. We're dedicated to delivering the best financial experience to our customers because, like you, we live here, and together we can positively and powerfully impact our communities. With locations in Northwest Arkansas, Northeast Oklahoma, and the River Valley, we are proud to be your community bank. Come talk to us today at Grand Savings Bank. Bank where life is grand. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With over 30 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
And welcome back to Bentonville here as we get to the bottom of the second inning. Luke Corneliuson pitching for HarBer. And at bat is number 11, Braden Bramlett. And that was a ball there. HarBer folks thought that was a strike. And the 0-1, that's in there for a strike. So this is the DH, Braden Bramlett. And that's in there for a strike. Now, Corneliuson got in a little trouble the first inning. Bases got loaded on him. He was able to only get away with 1 run with a couple strikeouts and a sac fly. And it looks like he's settled down ever since he got the bases loaded. That ball is fouled back into the apartments behind the ballpark. And here comes the 1-2. Breaking pitch, fouled down to the third base line. So Braden Bramett kind of staying alive here, fouling a couple pitches off. And that ball's fouled back again, too. Count is still 1-2. And the 1-2. And that ball's low. And that'll even the count at 2-2. And Cornelius in this innings kind of picked up the pace a little bit, getting it in her groove maybe. And that ball's hit to the third baseman, Rhett Richardson, and he makes a nice play to get the out. So that'll be the first out of the inning with Bramlett grounding out.
Now batting, Drake Naylor.
And batting next for Conway will be the center fielder, Drake Naylor, with one out, the lefty. And the first pitch to Naylor. Swung and a miss. Good first pitch there by Corneliuson. And the 0-1. Swung and a miss again. So Corneliuson, who loaded the bases with no outs in the first inning, has kind of settled down here and got out of that jam a little bit. And now he's got a 1 out and he's got an 0-2 count. And that ball is hit into center field. And Dylan Gibson is able to reel that in pretty easily, straight to him. So 2 outs. And that brings up the right fielder, Landon Stewart.
Yep.
And with 2 outs, here's the pitch to Stewart. And that's outside. Here's the 1-0 to Stewart. And swung and a miss. So the count is 1-1 to Stewart. And that ball is low for a ball. Cornelius, and then, like I said, after loading the bases in that first inning, kind of gotten in a groove here. And here comes the 2-1. And that ball is going to be hit into left field. Sprague gives chase. Oh, foul ball. That was a pretty heady play by Sprague. Kind of knew he probably, if he dove for it and it was fair, it could be some problems, but he knew that was going to go foul, and it's just foul. So Stewart steps in, 2-2 count. Swung on and missed, so strikeout. So Conway goes down 1-2-3, and Corneliuson's finding his groove. And we're going to step away for a little bit, and we'll come right back with HarBer 2, Conway 0.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Link's jerky made with 100% beef.
And we're back in Bentonville with a quarterfinal of action with HarBer and Conway, with HarBer leading 2-1. And we're in the top of the third. And starting things off for HarBer is number 1, Luke Alton, second baseman.
Coming to bat for HarBer, number 1, Luke Alton.
Again, HarBer picked up 2 runs there with back-to-back doubles and then a stolen base and a sac fly. Brought in that second run. And the first pitch to Luke Alton's fouled off to the left, back to the Conway dugout. And so Billick gets the count. Bo Billick pitching for Conway. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And the ball is dribbled to the third baseman, Thomas Ford. He makes a nice play to get the first out of the inning.
Batting for HarBer, Ross Felder.
And that brings back up the leadoff hitter, Ross Felder, for HarBer, who reached on a walk his last at-bat. And that ball is inside for the ball 1. Here's the pitch from Bo Billick. And that's right down the middle for strike 2. Or strike 1, sorry. The 1-1. That finds the inside corner for strike 2. The 1-2 from Billick. And that's way inside low for ball 2. Ross Felder did a good job last at bat getting the pitch count up and getting a walk on a 3-2. Probably trying to do that. He does have a good eye up there. I mean, he is a leadoff hitter, so you kind of want that quality in a leadoff hitter. And now the catcher, Max Holland's going to go out and have a chat with Billick. Conway uses wristbands, it looks like, for getting the pitches into the pitcher. And they're just making sure they're on the same page there. And that ball's dribbled into the shortstop, and that could be trouble. But, Satterfield made a great play, but they're going to call him safe at first. Felder legs it out. And that was a tough one. That ball was chopped up high. Satterfield made a great play on it, but Felder, showing off the wheels, was able to beat it out. And that'll bring in Dylan Gibson to the plate. So 1 on, 1 out with Dylan Gibson up to the plate. And that ball's in there for a strike. Here comes the 0-1. In there for a strike. So Dylan Gibson finds himself down 0-2 with Felder at first base. Here comes the 0-2. That ball's high. Billick probably trying to get Gibson there to chase something, or maybe thinking Felder would steal, so it kind of would work as a pitch out as well. But here we are at 1-2 for Billick and Dylan Gibson. And a short throw over, quick throw over to first base, I should say. Felder's able to get back pretty easily. Score against 2-1, HarBer. In the top of the third.
What's that?
And another throw over to first.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what time how late can you start?
And here's the 1-2 is low for ball 2.
Okay. Next game, probably this is only in the 30th. Next game's probably not going to get started until probably about, let's say, 6:30 the earliest.
And here's the 2-2 to Dylan Gibson. And that ball's inside for ball 3, so we got a full count here. Ross Felder is at first, leadoff hitter. And Bo Billick faces down a Dylan Gibson with a full count. And that ball is low for ball 4. So Felder will go to second base, and Dylan Gibson will take first on a walk. And now we have Luke Corneliuson up, and he hit into a double play last at bat. And he's pitching as well for HarBer. And the coach comes out for Conway, and he's going to have a visit with the infield and the pitchers there. Maybe settle Bo Billick down. Maybe just talk strategy here about how they want to address with runners at first and second with one out. Again, the first inning saw Conway get a run after the bases were loaded with no outs, and Corneliuson was able to get 2 strikeouts, or had a sac fly, and that scored a run for Conway. And then in the second inning, HarBer had 2 back-to-back doubles to get a run in, and then a sac fly from a stolen base by Brady Smith. They got him to third base. Or actually, Caleb Smith, they got him to first base. So now that's the score, HarBer 2-1 over Conway. And after the conference on the mound, Bo Billick's ready to get up to the bump there. And he's got a runner at first and second. And he's got Luke Corneliuson up for HarBer. And that ball's inside. Here comes the 1-0 to Corneliuson, and Billick gives the hesitation throw back to second, and Felder's able to get back pretty easily. Sean Cover, second baseman for Conway, is in the area, second base, and that ball's fouled off to the dugout side of Conway. That'll even the count to 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled back again. So Billick gets the count in his favor to 1-2. Corneliuson has chipped a couple of foul balls away. Sean Cover is kind of playing close to the bag at second. So it creates a little bit of space between first and second. I think they're playing Corneliuson in the pool here. And here's the 1-2 low for ball 2. That was a good stop there by Holland there, keeping the ball in front of him, so HarBer couldn't advance any runners to get him to second and third, I should say. And the pitch to Corneliuson's inside. So it'll get to a full count.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. No, you run cam 2. We'll leave Carson on cam 3.
All right, here's the full count pitch to Corneliuson. That ball is driven into left field. Foul. Just a little bit way ahead of that one. Just a little bit, not way ahead, but he was a little bit ahead of that one. Now he's going to go back in for another 3-2 pitch. So again, Corneliuson the first time hit into a double play that ended the inning for HarBer. And in the first inning, Bo Billick would probably like that result again. Here's the 3-2. Just misses. That'll be ball 4. So the bases are loaded now with Brady Smith, the right fielder, coming to bat. And Jackson Lanning coming in to run for HarBer for the pitcher, Luke Corneliuson. So Bo Billick's got himself in a little jam here with the bases loaded, 1 out. And Brady Smith is going to step in, hoping to get a hit here, maybe extend this lead a little bit. And the first pitch to Brady Smith is low and outside. It'll be ball 1. And Corneliuson looks for the dugout, looks to his wristband, and he's ready to roll for pitch 2 to Brady Smith. And that's a strike, swung on and missed. Fooled him a little bit there. The ball was a little low. And again, third baseman is close to the bag up front. And that ball is chopped to the third baseman. And the only really play he has is the first base, but it's a tough one. And Brady Smith is able to leg it out. You know, Thomas Ford had to double clutch there. I don't know if something happened in his when he was gathering to throw to first, but Brady Smith with some nice wheels was able to leg it out. So Brady Smith reaches on the air and a run will come in. And that'll bring Braden Sprague, the left fielder, who had a double his last time at bat. Oh, that ball is hit right back to Billick. Oh. And the throw to second, he tried to get the double play, didn't work, and then the second baseman, Sean Cover, tried to throw it to Thompson. And the result is Dylan Gibson at third base will run in for a run. Again, Billick saved his life. The ball was coming right back at him fast, that first pitch, and he was able to catch it, threw it to second for the double play. Sean Cover and the guy at second was able to get back. And I think that's Lanning, Jackson Lanning there. And then this on the throw to first to try to double him up. It didn't work out. So now you got runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Caleb Smith back up to bat. And he hit a double his last at bat as well. So now Billick's throw to Caleb Smith at first. The first pitch to him is a ball. Now the score's 4-1 with HarBer stretching this lead a little bit in the third inning. Ball is low. Check swing by Caleb Smith. The umpire at first base said he did not go, so the count will be 2-0 to Caleb Smith. And this time Caleb Smith did go. It was a little low. The breaking pitch has fooled him the last couple of times, and this time it worked for Bo Billick, the pitcher for Conway. And so now that puts the count at 2-1. And another strike, swung and missed on by Caleb Smith. So I'll make it 2-2 with 2 outs. HarBer already getting 2 runs this inning. In the top of the third. The 2-2 to Caleb Smith. Low. So that makes the count full. And Bo Billick desperately probably wanting to get out of this inning. And here comes the 3-2. And that's right down the middle for a strike 3. So HarBer picks up 2 runs. And that stretches the lead to 4-1. And we're going to go to the bottom of the third inning for Conway after these commercial breaks.
A lot has changed over the past few years, but one thing that hasn't is McClarty Daniels' commitment to our customers and our community. With over 1,500 cars in stock, there's something for everyone at McClarty Daniel. We'll help you find the right car at the right time at the right price. See why every year more than 10,000 families choose the McClarty Daniel experience. Find what drives you at any of our 6 locations in Northwest Arkansas. Shop now at McClartyDaniel.com.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jacklings, feed your wild side.
And welcome back to Bentonville for the third quarterfinal game here at Bentonville today. 6A West State Baseball Tournament brought to you by Centennial. And we're going to the bottom of the third with HarBer leading 4-1. And Luke Corneliuson, after kind of a rocky start in that first inning, has really settled down the last couple innings. And he's going to deal to Sean Cover, the leadoff hitter, the second baseman as well. So he was able to get a single his first time at bat in the first. And Corneliuson's first pitch is thrown in there for a strike. And the second pitch is in there for strike 2 to Cover. And ball's low, and that takes the count to 1-2 to Sean Cover. Here's the pitch from Corneliuson. Oh, that ball's slapped to first baseman Caleb Smith, and he's able to collect it and get an easy out by tagging first base. So that gets the first out for HarBer. And next up for Conway will be number 4, Max Holland, who had a single his first time at the bat in the first inning. And the first pitch here to Max Holland is outside for a ball. Here's the 0-1. And a breaking pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. And that ball's high, near the helmet of Max Holland. And that's the count to 2-1. 2-1 to Max Holland. Man, that ball's right down the pipe for a strike 2. And here's the 2-2. Yeah, that's low and outside. Caleb Chola with a nice stop there.
Okay. We'll pass. We'll let it go.
Yeah, let's hope it's still on. Sure.
Fingers crossed.
Look at that.
And that ball is outside for ball 4. So Holland walks. And that brings up the 3-hole hitter, number 9, Tucker Satterfield, the shortstop. And coming in to run for for Conway will be Keon Brown.
Keon Brown coming in to run for Conway.
Ruby, how's he doing, Paul?
He's doing well.
He's doing okay. All right.
He's doing a whole lot better than Mayor.
Well, I didn't say that, but you know.
All right, first pitch here to Satterfield. And that ball's into left center. Left fielder Braden Sprague is able to collect it in and get the second out. So again, Corneliuson kind of gotten into groove here the last couple innings. And that's going to bring in Thomas Ford, the 4-hole hitter, the third baseman.
Water won't keep stuff running in the water. Hey Ben, it's nice to see you.
Good seeing you.
This is why I can't leave.
A week from next week, 2 weeks, I'll get y'all.
And the first pitch is a ball into Thomas Ford. Keon Brown at first base running for Conway. And that ball's down the middle for strike 1.
We're at test tomorrow, in Fort Smith, Arkansas Athletics tournament, and we go. She goes to Denver, Colorado.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
Orlando for college showcase, then Mobile for the Southern National Southern tournament.
And ball's outside, 2-1.
She actually wants to play Arkansas. Really? Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of D1 schools and all the D2 and D3 schools.
We got two outs here for Corneliuson and HarBer, with Thomas Ford up at the bat, who struck out his first at bat in the first inning. Throw over to first from Corneliuson. Keon Brown's back pretty easily. Doesn't have the healthiest of leads out there, pretty short. And that ball's fouled off to the left, the 2-1, making it 2-2 now to Thomas Ford. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Corneliuson to Thomas Ford. Ooh. HarBer thought that was strike 3, but umpire behind the plate thought otherwise. And it takes the count to 3-2. Here's the full count pitch from Corneliuson to Thomas Ford. And that ball's going to be hit in between first and second. So Thomas Ford to get a single. Keon Brown's going to go to third pretty easily. So we got runners on the corner now. And that brings up Will Thompson, the first baseman, number 5. And we're going to have a runner come in. Number 15, Max Owen's going to come in and run.
Max Owen coming in to run for Conway.
For Thomas Ford. So they got some speed on the corners here now for Conway. With the score 4-1, HarBer with 2 outs. Will Thompson coming up to bat. Will Thompson had a sac fly in the first inning to get a run in. And here's Luke Corneliuson with his first pitch to Will Thompson. And that ball, breaking pitch is in there for a strike. So Corneliuson got himself in a jam in the first inning, got himself out of it a little bit, giving up a sac fly run. Could have been a lot worse because it was no outs. Now he's got runners on the corner here in the third inning. 2 outs, though. 0-1 count. And he steps off. Oh, a little gamesmanship here between Max Owen and Luke Corneliuson. And really, Max Owen's kind of lucky he didn't get thrown out there because he was caught off the bag a little bit. And I think Luke Corneliuson was maybe just a little nervous to throw it over there, and not having the guy at third base, you never know what can happen. And the runner goes at first, Max Owen. And Chola will fake to throw to second. So now you got runners at second and third in scoring position. Two strikes, though. So Cornelius now can really just focus on the batter at the plate here. And Will Thompson, who got a sac fly his first at bat. And that's strike 3. So Corneliuson gets himself out of a little mini jam there. And HarBer takes the lead into the 4th inning, 4-1. And we'll be back here in a little bit after these commercial breaks.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
And welcome back to Bentonville. And we got a new pitcher in for Conway. Number 19. And that is Owen Davenport. Will be in the pitch now for Conway. Finds themselves down 4-1 here in the 4th inning. And a nice windy kind of day here in Bentonville. The last 2 days have been really nice. Wind has been a little rough today, early in the early games, causing some havoc with some fly balls.
13, Caleb Chola.
And up first for HarBer this inning will be number 13, Caleb Chola. who had a sac fly. His first at bat. So Davenport's first pitch is in. It's fouled back. And HarBer, a good, perennial good team here in the Northwest Arkansas area. And Cholla fouls another one back. Won several state championships the last 10 or 15 years. And so they're a program that when they see the 1 seed from the Central, they probably aren't going to flinch too much. The 0-2 is outside of Cholla. So Davenport steps in. Cholla's ready, crowding the plate. And that ball is hit back to Davenport, and he's going to have an easy toss over to first base to Will Thompson to get the first out. So Davenport comes in and gets the first at bat out.
Now batting, Davis Dyer.
And that'll bring out Davis Dyer, who grounded out in his first at bat. And that ball is hit to Thomas Ford at third. He makes a nice little throw to first. And just like that, Owen Davenport has himself 2 outs in 5 pitches. And that's going to bring up Luke Alton for HarBer.
Now batting number 1, Luke Alton.
Yeah, what did he do the first time? Luke Alton grounded out his first at bat. That first pitch is in there for a strike. From Davenport. Owen Davenport, the lefty here, staring down Alton. Brings it in, is a little low and inside. We'll take the count to 1-1.
You bet. Yeah, see, I'll record it. That way, okay, I can mess with it. All right.
Yeah, that ball's hit the first base to Will Thompson. And he's going to rush over and get the third out of the inning. So HarBer goes down in order. And the score is still 4-1 HarBer. And Conway will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th after a couple of commercial breaks.
Foster Roofing has been assisting Arkansas homeowners as they've weathered every storm for over 30 years. Foster Roofing is a family-owned, locally operated company providing expert professional roofing services. For your roof repair, choose local, licensed, and professional. Choose Foster Roofing.
And I'm gonna need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
My dad calls it the it factor. That thing that separates you, that makes you tick. Ultimately, my it factor came when I grew more confidence. Everybody has a role on a team, whether you're a scout team player or the star player. The older that I've gotten, the more that I've worked and the more success that I've had, the more confidence that I had and the more that I'm willing to risk and take a little bit of chances to help my team win.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
Welcome back to Bentonville here for our quarterfinal action, 6A state tournament between Conway and HarBer, with HarBer up 4-1. And over in Davenport, who came in the last inning, the pitch will actually hit for Bo Billick now in his spot. Corneliuson for HarBer is still on the mound. And the first pitch to Davenport's outside for ball 1. So Corneliuson, the last 2 innings, has definitely found his groove and kept the scoreboard clean in those innings. That second pitch is inside. So Davenport is down or ahead of the count, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Davenport. That ball's high. Ball 3. Again, that old saying, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter of an inning. Usually leads to a run. And he finds the outside corner there for strike 1. Again, Davenport coming in for Bo Billick. And the 3-1, same spot, strike 2. So Corneliuson fighting back here, gets the count to full to Owen Davenport. And Corneliuson fights back and gets a strikeout on Davenport and gets the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring in Braden Bramlett, who grounded out his first time at bat. And here's the first pitch to Bramlett. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. And that ball is flat. 2-ball. Second pitch is fouled back. Cholla gave a chase for it, but easily out of bounds. And that'll take the count to 1-1. So the winner of this game will play the winner of the last game of the night between Heritage and Cabot. Our first semifinal is set for tomorrow, and Rogers and Bryant. And that 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Braden Bramlett. Kind of got confused there. Here comes the 1-2. Same kind of pitch, a little low. And Bramlett laid off of it. The 2-2. And that ball's low again, too. So Bramlett's got the count to a full count for himself. And Corneliuson's trying to go with back-to-back full count strikeouts. And Bramlett fouls that out behind the stadium onto 18th Street here in Bentonville. And here's the 3-2 again. And that ball is hit down the line on third baseline, and that could be a double. And Braden Bramlett knifes the ball down the third base line for a double with 1 out, giving Conway some life here.
Conway, number 1, Drake Naylor.
And that brings up the center fielder, Drake Naylor. And Malik Simpson coming in to run for Conway at second. So Conway trying to get some speed on the bags. The runner at second base with Drake Naylor, who flied out in the first inning. So the umpire is recording that change in his little book. And Corneliuson ready to face Drake Naylor. That first pitch, high and outside to Naylor. So Corneliuson having 2 smooth innings in the second and third, just kind of has himself in a little dilemma here. With 1 out, runner at second. And Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Naylor did not get cheated on that swing. He was looking to smash it, and he missed. Again, Malik Simpson at second base. I don't know if they're going to keep him there, or maybe try to get to second, or get to third base, with one out. That way a sac fly would score him. But he's being watched closely by Tucker Satterfield, the shortstop. Swung on and missed again by Drake Naylor. So Corneliuson finds himself ahead in the count. Naylor finds himself down 1-2. And that ball is high and outside.
Did you get to listen to the last game or watch the last game at all?
You mean this one? Oh, yeah, the one we did.
Yeah.
And here's the 2-2 pitch from Corneliuson to Naylor.
Listen to it a little bit. It was very close.
And that ball's flied out to, looks like the right fielder's going to come in and get it, and Simpson's going to stay at second. So Naylor flies out again.
Now batting for Conway, number 14.
And that brings up Landon Stewart, the right fielder. And with 2 outs with a runner on second. And Corneliuson up to 82 pitches on the count. Again, you can pitch 110 pitches in high school baseball in Arkansas. And then you have to be subbed out. Now, he's been cruising along the last 2 innings. And his first pitch to London Stewart is outside, ball 1. Again, the first 2 games were really good games with the higher seeds coming out on top. And now we got a lower seed in HarBer taking it to the 1 seed out of the Central. And that's strike for Corneliuson. Corneliuson's found his groove a little bit here in the second and third. He's trying to do the same thing here in the fourth. Again, a good number 2 pitcher for HarBer. I think a lot of teams would probably accept him as their number 1 pitcher. And that's strike 2. Swung on and missed. Again, HarBer, a perennial program here in Northwest Arkansas. I mean, while this might be an upset, but in HarBer's eyes, it's probably something they expect to get to the semifinals in a state tournament. And that ball is hit to the foul area in left field. And again, like I said before in the broadcast, that the foul territories are expansive here at the ballpark in Bentonville. And the outfield is huge too, so there's a lot of room to cover. And so that ball was a foul. And so the count is 1-2 to London Stewart. Malik Simpson at second. He came in to run. He's being watched by Tucker Satterfield, the shortstop for HarBer. And here comes the 1-2 to London Stewart. And that's strike 3. So Corneliuson's dealing. He did let a guy get to second, but was able to get himself out of it. And HarBer is still leading 4-1 at the end of 4. And we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back in just a second.
You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles. All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jacklings, feed your wild side.
And welcome back here to Bentonville as we get to the 5th inning. HarBer still leading 4-1. Owen Davenport, who came in the last inning, the 4th inning, was able to go 1-2-3 against HarBer. And he came in and replaced Bo Billick, the starter for Conway, and he's going to try to do that again. As HarBer is going to have Dylan Gibson.
Ross Felder in to bat for HarBer.
Now Ross Felder, sorry, number 34, the leadoff hitter, who's had a walk and an infield hit today. And this will be his 3rd at bat, except this time he's facing Owen Davenport. And that ball's spanked up the middle for a base hit. So Felder's gotten on base 3 times. That's ideal for a leadoff hitter if you're HarBer. Oh. We're going to have number 48 for HarBer coming in run. And that is Griffin Kelly. And we're in the top of the 5th here. The score, HarBer 4-1. Umpire is making that change in his booklet. And Dylan Gibson is up next for HarBer. And he struck out his first time at bat and then walked in his second time. And he scored that inning as well. And Davenport will throw it back to first to give Griffin Kelly, keep him close and keep him honest. So interesting here, you don't see a whole lot of courtesy runners for the leadoff hitter. So although Felder did pitch yesterday, so maybe they want to maybe that has some concerns. The pitch there was fouled up on a bunt by Dylan Gibson. So that'll be 0-1 to Dylan Gibson. So Owen Davenport, who went 1-2-3 the last inning when his first inning coming in, finds himself with a runner on first. And Dylan Gibson shows bunt and then fouls that back. So now Dylan Gibson has himself 0-2. And maybe probably have to swing away here, but you never know. Sometimes teams will let bunters who have 2 strikes lay down a bunt. Here's the 0-2 to Dylan Gibson. And that's a great off-speed pitch for a strikeout.
Up next for HarBer, number 11, Luke Cornelius.
And that'll bring up Luke Cornelius, the pitcher, who hit into a double play his first time at bat and then walked. And now he's going to find himself with 1 out with a runner on first with Griffin Kelly, who stayed at first, didn't attempt to steal or anything like that. Owen Davenport, a left-hander. Maybe we'll keep him honest and he throws over to first base. Griffin Kelly easily back. So HarBer's going to try to get some more runs here in this inning, stretch that lead a little bit. And Davenport throws over to first again. And Griffin Kelly's going to run, and he is thrown out. That was a dot by Max Holland down to second base. And Griffin Kelly got a good jump there, but a good throw and a good tag will win all the time. So Luke Corneliuson now with 2 outs. And if you're Owen Davenport, you can take a little deep breath there. And that ball is hit over to Tucker Satterfield, and he's thrown out Corneliuson. So that'll end the top of the fifth. Score still staying the same, 4-1. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Pitch count is at 14.
At Grand Savings Bank, we believe life is grand and we empower our team to support the needs of our local communities. We're dedicated to delivering the best financial experience to our customers because, like you, we live here, and together we can positively and powerfully impact our communities. With locations in Northwest Arkansas, Northeast Oklahoma, and the River Valley, we are proud to be your community bank. Come talk to us today at Grand Savings Bank. Bank where life is grand. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
A lot has changed over the past few years, but one thing that hasn't is McClarty Daniels' commitment to our customers and our community. With over 1,500 cars in stock, there's something for everyone at McClarty Daniel. We'll help you find the right car at the right time at the right price. See why every year more than 10,000 families.
Our quarterfinal matchup between HarBer and Conway. And we are in the bottom of the fifth here with Luke Corneliuson pitching for HarBer. And we have number 18, Sean Cover, hitting for Conway. That ball is flied out to right field. And the right fielder, Brady Smith, is able to collect it, get his son out of his eyes, and get the first out for Corneliuson.
For Max Holland.
And that'll bring up Max Holland, who had a single his first at bat. And here's the first pitch from Corneliuson. And there for a strike. And that pitch is high. Take the count against Max Holland to 1-1. Again, the last 3 innings, Corneliuson has kept a clean sheet. And he gets strike 2 there against Max Holland. 1 out. Top of 5 with the score. HarBer 4-1. And that hit Max Holland right in the upper arm area. And probably leave a nice little bruise. And coming in to run again will be Keon Brown for Conway. So now Corneliuson has a man on first, 1 out. And he's going to face Tucker Satterfield, the shortstop, for Conway. And that ball gets past Chola to the screen. That's been the worst pitch for Corneliuson all game. He's been pretty on the money so far. He does tell Chola, my bad there. And Chola's going to come out and talk to him a little bit. Now, these are kind of the points in the game. You know, he has 93 pitches, Corneliuson. And so if you're the HarBer coach, you might want to keep an eye on it. See if he kind of loses control here with a runner at second with one out. And Keon Brown coming in, who's got some good speed. So Satterfield is up 1-0, 1-0 against Corneliuson. Yeah, Corneliuson had last inning had a guy at second with one out and was able to get out of it. He's probably going to try to hopefully do that again for himself here. And that ball misses for ball 2. Satterfield has walked and flied out in his 2 at-bats. And now sees himself ahead 2-0. The HarBer fans chirping at the umpire.
Is the phone ring? Yes. How many times? Your principal.
And that ball is chopped to the second baseman, Luke Alton, and he throws over to Caleb Smith for out number 2. And Keon Brown will race to third. So we got 2 outs with the runner on third. And Thomas Ford coming up to bat, who has a strikeout and a single in his first 2 at-bats. And so Cornelius is trying to get himself out of this one, too, at 95 pitches. Might be the last inning for him. Again, you get 110 pitches in high school baseball in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And here's the first pitch, fouled off to the left side, over to the batting cages. Thomas Ford is the cleanup hitter for Conway. So this is the guy you definitely want up if you're Conway with a runner in scoring position. And ball's flied out to the left, over by the softball field in Bentonville. The softball fields and the baseball fields are right next to each other at the complex here. And now Thomas Ford's down 0-2 to Corneliuson. And that ball's inside. Actually nicked him. So 2 hits batsmen's here. By Corneliuson. So we got runners on the corner now. And you know Corneliuson's that's gonna eat at him because he had him down 0-2. And then to hit someone on 0-2, kind of like a cardinal sin. And now I think HarBer coach is going to come out and talk to him. Maybe even put in someone else. HarBer coach is definitely taking his time, so maybe getting the player warming up in the bullpen. And out there is Gavin Moore warming up for HarBer. Corneliuson's pitched a great game. Now, he got in some trouble in that first inning, found himself with 1 out, or actually, no, 1 out with the bases loaded. Was able to get a fly out and a strikeout, and Conway was only way to get 1 run. So, you know, he got himself out of a nice little jam there. And then from then on, the second, third, and fourth innings, he's kind of cruised through. And so he finds himself here. This is a crucial part of the game right here. Conway hasn't had a lot of opportunities other than that first inning. So the way things are going right now, with Corneliuson the way he's pitching, to get a guy at third with 2 outs, and if they can find a way to get a run in, that takes us to a 2-run game. And, you know, a school like Conway and a program like Conway, they found themselves in these situations before. Now this is the stakes are a lot higher now because it's winner advances, losers go home. So this is a very crucial part of the game right here. And Corneliuson finds himself with Will Thompson up to bat, who's singled or had a sac fly, struck out, and hit by a pitch. And he fouls that one back. Will Thompson up at bat with runners at first and third. Thomas Ford at first, Keon Brown at third. And that ball is fouled out to the cages. So it's 0-2 again. Now, last time with 0-2, he hit Thomas Ford with the pitch. And now this time he's probably trying to get the K. HarBer fans are trying to get behind him a little bit here. Probably the last piece of work for Corneliuson here. That 100 pitches. And the 0-2 just outside. That was a great pitch, though. If you're going to miss anywhere, that's where you want to miss. And Will Thompson was like, he didn't want any part of that. That pitch kind of fooled him a little bit. But again, here we go. It's 1-2. Thompson has a life. Corneliuson trying to get out of here. The 1-2. And that's a strikeout for Luke Corneliuson. It's pitched a gem of a game. And the score is still after 5, 4-1 HarBer as we go to the 6th inning. And we'll be back here in a little bit.
A lot has changed over the past few years, but one thing that hasn't is McClarty Daniels' commitment to our customers and our community. With over 1,500 cars in stock, there's something for everyone at McClarty Daniel. We'll help you find the right car at the right time at the right price. See why every year more than 10,000 families choose the McClarty Daniel experience. Find what drives you at any of our 6 locations in Northwest Arkansas. Shop now at McClartyDaniel.com.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jacklings, feed your wild side.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
Welcome back to Bentonville as we get to the top of the 6th with Brady Smith of HarBer leading 4-1. And Owen Davenport in pitching now. It's at 2 clean innings as he came in and replaced Bo Billick for Conway. And he has a count now 1-0 against Brady Smith. Brady Smith has flied out and reached on an error in his 2 at-bats. And now the count is 3-0 to Brady Smith. So HarBer trying to get this leadoff batter on, maybe get some more runs, cushion that lead for the final 2 innings. And Davenport throws one right down the pipe for a strike. The 3-1. And that's outside. So Brady Smith is going to reach on a walk. And that'll bring up Braden Sprague, who's doubled.
Up next for HarBer, number 4, Braden Sprague.
Who's doubled his first time at bat. And he was hit in by Caleb Smith on that double. So now he, no out. Brady Smith at first. There's Braden Sprague, the left fielder. And he doesn't get cheated there on that swing, but misses. So it'll be 0-1 here to Braden Sprague. Brady Smith at first, the good-sized lead. And Sprague gets nicked by the pitch. He's going to go to first. So Davenport finds himself with runners at first and second here. And the catcher is going out there to settle things down, Max Holland. And again, HarBer's looking to maybe smell some blood in the water here and get some more runs. And up next is Caleb Smith, who has doubled and struck out today. All right, infield on the corners is in, playing, the third baseman's in, I should say. That ball's hit up the middle for a base hit. Runner for second is going to be waved on. He's going to score. Brady Smith scores from second. And Caleb Smith has his second RBI of the day with the score now 5-1 HarBer. And that's going to bring up Caleb Chola, the catcher. So Davenport finds himself in a little danger area now with runners at first and second. Already let in a run, no outs. Desperately needs an out. Again, the 1 seed Conway in trouble here in the 6th. Chola crowding the plate, and he swings on the first pitch. And that ball is foul. Thomas Ford really up close. Thomas Ford is not scared to charge the ball. He's a big dude down there, and he was ready for it. That ball is just foul. All right, the 0-1. Oh, Chola's going to show bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch misses. So now it's 1-1. Davenport looking for an out. Chola looking to get on base, maybe get a run in. Here comes the 1-1. And that ball is outside. 2-1 now to Chola, with Caleb Smith at first off of that single. And Braden Sprague, who was hit by a pitch, is at second. And that ball is flied out to right field into the out of the park. So now the count's 2-2. Davenport desperately needs an out. Here's the lefty Davenport, the 2-2. Runner goes at second. Swung on and missed. And Braden Sprague got a good jump. That was a pitch out. And Chola swung and missed. So that might have caused a little bit of time for the runner to get to third, Braden Sprague. But again, nevertheless, big strikeout for Davenport. And that brings up number 9, Davis Dyer. So runners now are at the corners with Caleb Smith at first, Braden Sprague at third. And Davis Dyer is grounded out both times at bat today. And that ball's hit to center field, and that's going to get another run in. That's trouble. That's a heck of a catch by the center fielder out there, Drake Naylor. That ball was drifting, and that's a lot of ground to cover out there. And he made that look easy. It was a little hairy there for a second. Caleb Smith is even able to tag up at first, and a run does score. So Davis Dyer sack flies in another run, and that makes it 6-1 HarBer. They stretch their lead. Upset brewing here in Bentonville. And that brings up Luke Dalton, who's grounded out his first 2 times at bat as well. 2 outs here for Davenport, who came in to pitch for Bo Billick for Conway. And that ball, breaking pitch in there for a strike. I think that fooled the catcher there a little bit too. But it's a strike. And Altman is down 0-1. And that ball is fouled back, so 0-2. Caleb Smith at second, who's had a good day, 2 RBI. A double and a single. Davenport trying to get out of here with just 2 runs. HarBer trying to add on to the lead. Here comes the 0-2, the Altum. Ball was inside a little bit. Good pitch for an 0-2 pitch. Altum didn't like it, so he looked at it, and it was a ball. So the at-bat continues. That ball is hit to the right side of the field. Sean Cover is going to make a good play. That was a tough play for him at second, but he's able to make it and get out of the inning. But HarBer picks up 2 runs, and that stretches the lead to 6-1 now in the bottom of the 6th. And Conway's running out of time, but we'll be right back after these messages.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
Back to Bentonville here for the quarterfinal game. Winner advances to the semifinal tomorrow. Will play at 2:30. First semifinal game is already set. It'll be Rogers and Bryant tomorrow at noon. And then the winner of this game will play at 2:30 against the winner of our later game, which will be Roger Heritage, and Cabot. And so Bo Billick is going to come back in to hit. You know, he was subbed out as a pitcher, and he's going to sub back in to hit. Davenport hit for him, who came in to pitch for him, hit for him last inning, but now Bo Billick is going to hit. So Conway looking for get something going here, down 5 in the 6th. And the first pitch is flied out to the third baseman, Rhett Richardson. So Corneliuson's out there for I forgot to mention this, Corneliuson's back out there. He's at 103 pitches, and once you get to 110, you can complete the at-bat, but then you're done. And so the HarBer coach is just trying to get maybe another inning out of this from Corneliuson. And Bo Billick helped him out there by swinging at the first pitch. And so Corneliuson is going to face his next at-batter, number 11, number 11, Braden Bramlett, the DH, who's grounded out and has a double this game. All right, the 0-1. That ball misses. HarBer fans didn't think it missed. It's now 1-1. No, and yeah, that's the third. I think that's the third hit batter by Corneliuson today. And so that moves Braden Bramlett to first base. So technically, Corneliuson can get another batter since he's started the at-bat at 106. And now coming in to run for Conway is Blake Kordsmeyer. Who is a left fielder. He hasn't hit today. He's being DH, but he is going to go home in and run. And up next for Conway is number 1, Drake Naylor, who's flied out both times today in his first 2 at-bats. So we got 1 out here. Runner at first for Conway. Luke Corneliuson, who I mentioned this a couple of times, got in a little jam in the first inning, but ever since then has pitched 4 shutout innings and been definitely in control. And so he's at 106 pitches. This will probably be his last at-bat. Unless we get another fly out here on the first pitch. And that pitch is right down the middle for a strike to Drake Naylor. So Blake Kordsmeyer at first. He came in to run. See what Conway does with him at first here. And that ball is roped into right field for a base hit. Kordsmeyer is going to go to third. And now Conway's got something going here with 1 out with runners on the corner. So Naylor does his job, gets a hit, moves over Kordsmeyer.
Willie Vos in to bat.
And coming in to bat for Conway is number 8, Willie Vos. And man, you know, Kordsmeyer's going to so with 108 pitches, he's going to be able to finish this at bat. And the HarBer coach is having him eat up as much at bats as batters as he can. I mean, I guess he's thinking he might as well get him to 110 if he's gone this far. And so he's gotten in a couple of jams. Not like the first inning was definitely a big one, and then a couple innings after that, he found himself with the runner at second with 1 out. But now he's going to have runner at first and third, and this is a fly out to the shortstop. And technically, Corneliuson's going to be able to get another at bat. This is pretty nutty. Runners at first and third.
Now batting, Sean Cover.
He's going to be able to finish this inning. 6 innings. Good pitching. And Sean Cover's coming in to bat, the leadoff hitter, who's singled, grounded out, and flied out today. Time is running out. At-bats are running out for Conway. HarBer just needs 4 more outs to get this thing to advance. And that first pitch to Sean Cover is outside, ball 1. So this will officially be the last at batter Luke Corneliuson will face since he's at 110 now. He will be able to finish it. We got runners at first and third, 2 out. And that's another hit batter. Well, that's going to do it for Corneliuson, who's pitched a gem of a game. I mean, he has hit 4 or 5 hitters. But for the most part, he's pitched a great game against the 1 seed Conway. And Conway's going to bring in number 38, Gavin Moore, to pitch. And the HarBer crowd gives a well-earned round of applause to Corneliuson, who's pitched a gem of a game and gets a huge win for HarBer. Or he hopefully gets a huge win for HarBer at 6-1 here. And so Gavin Moore's going to come in with a tough situation with 2 outs with bases loaded. And we're going to take a break real quick while Gavin Moore warms up. And we'll be back here in a second.
Foster Roofing has been assisting Arkansas homeowners as they've weathered every storm for over 30 years. Foster Roofing is a family-owned, locally operated company providing expert professional roofing services. For your roof repair, choose local, licensed, and professional. Choose Foster Roofing.
And I'm going to need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
My dad calls it the it factor. That thing that separates you, that makes you tick. Ultimately, my it factor came when I grew more confidence. Everybody has a role on a team, whether you're a scout team player or the star player. The older that I've gotten, the more that I've worked, and the more success that I've had, the more confidence that I had, and the more that I'm willing to risk and take a little bit of chances to help my team win.
McClarty Daniel reinvest right here in the community. So you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference too. Find your new car and make a difference in our community today at McClartyDaniel.com.
You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles. All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
Back to Bentonville here, as we are in the 6th inning, and with the bases loaded for Conway, with 2 outs, Luke Corneliuson, the HarBer pitcher, has got to 110 pitches, so he has to come out. And now Gavin Moore is going to come in and pitch for the Wildcats. He comes in a tough situation here, and then for Conway, this is really a chance. You can't go into the dugout with no runs on this. You can't strand these guys here, being down 6-1. They really need to get something here they're down to 4 outs. And they're sent home. So big at bat here. Number 4, Max Holland, coming into bat for Conway, who's had a single and a hit by pitch today. And that first pitch is, well, the umpire said it was foul tipped. Max Holland disagreed, but anyway, it was a strike. It looked like a strike. So it's down 0-1. Bases full. Gavin Moore, the righty. And that ball is going to be flat out to right field. Brady Smith is out there. And Gavin Moore comes in and does his job. And for Conway, you're running out of innings. And then now that's the score, 6-1 going into the 7th. HarBer looking for an upset here in the quarterfinals. And we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back for the 7th inning.
We've all got a wild side. Feed it with meat. Jack Links, feed your wild side.
All right, welcome back here to Bentonville, as we're going to go into the top of the 7th. With HarBer up 6-1. And Drake Naylor coming in to pitch now for the 7th inning for Conway, the center fielder. So he'll be the 3rd pitcher today for Conway. And we're going into the top of the 7th here with HarBer up 6-1, who's played a really good game here, stacking in runs getting 2 runs in the 2nd, the 3rd, and 6th innings. And after that first inning has kept Conway off the scoreboard. And that was mainly due to Luke Corneliuson, who pitched a really good game. And he gave up 1 run in the first, and then after that he was nails. And then Gavin Moore came in and pitched the last batter for Conway in the 6th inning. And now up to bat is Ross Felder, who's walked. He's gotten an infield hit and has been hit by a pitch as well. So here's the first pitch from Naylor to Ross Felder, and that's in there for a strike. So HarBer looking to add on to the lead. Conway looking to keep it as is. And that was outside for a ball. There's the 1-1. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. That was a good looking pitch. Felder wanted no part of it. And now it's 1-2. And that ball's fouled out. Back to the net. So again, Naylor comes in from center field. Made a great catch out there earlier in the game. Now he's looking to keep the lead that is. Felder hits one up the middle, and that's going to be an infield hit. That was like a tough spot, and it was going to be a tough play for Sean Cover, the second baseman. So Felder reaches first as he started things off here in the 7th inning. And now we got Dylan Gibson, who's struck out, walked, and then struck out again in his 3 at-bats prior to this. Now he comes in with no outs with the runner on first, and he's going to try to extend this lead. Here comes Naylor. The pitch to Dylan Gibson's outside for ball 1. And that ball goes down the middle for strike 1. And Max Holland gives a throw over to first, try to catch Russ Felder falling asleep. Now, Holland has a great arm. He's already thrown someone at second, so I don't think Felder is going to steal here, leading 6-1, but you never know. And Naylor throws back over to first, and Felder goes back easily. Count is 1-1 to Dylan Gibson with no outs in the 7th. And that ball's inside, nearly hits Dylan Gibson, and that makes it 2-1. Drake Naylor gets his sign from the bench, checks his wristband, and he's ready to go. And that ball's low and outside for ball 3. Count is 3-1 now with no outs. Ross Felder at first for HarBer, leading 6-1. Looking to add a little bit to this lead. And that ball's hit up the middle again. Oh, that's a rough play at second by Sean Cover. Tucker Satterfield made a great play, dove, then was able to try to toss it to Sean Cover, but Sean Cover, having to hustle over, just couldn't collect it. And so we got a run. We got runners on first and second with no outs, with Luke Corneliuson up.
Now batting, Luke Corneliuson.
Just finished pitching in that last inning. He's pitched a great game today. Corneliuson is hit into a double play and walked in this game. And the pitch is inside to him. 0-1. So HarBer looking to add to the 6-1 lead. No outs here with runners at first and second with the middle part of the lineup. up to bat. And that's a strike to Corneliuson. That makes the count 1-1. Runners at first and second. Drake Naylor in, pitching for Conway. And that ball is pulled, hit really well left field, foul. Corneliuson was way ahead of that one. Showed off his power there a little bit, so it's now 1-2 to Corneliuson. The 1-2, and that ball is flied to right field. Will Thompson out there, and he will collect it and throw it into second base. Runners stay where they are, and so that is the first out of the inning with Corneliuson flying out.
Now batting for HarBer, number 12, Brady Smith.
And that brings up Brady Smith, the right fielder, who has flied out, reached on an error, and walked today. And we got runners at first and second, and Drake Naylor pitching for Conway. The first pitch. Nope, now he's going to have a look at second base. Wouldn't expect HarBer to get greedy here, but you never know. They might want to move the runners to second and third. And Drake Naylor doesn't like what's going on at second base. He's going to keep Felder honest. And he throws a strike down to Brady Smith. Count is 0-1 now. One out. Runners at first and second. HarBer leading 6-1. The 0-1 outside. Ball one. Here's the 1-1 to Brady Smith. And that's a good-looking pitch for strike two. Confused Brady Smith there a little bit. Now he's got two strikes, one out. Naylor trying to keep this lead just at 6-1. That ball's outside for ball two. HarBer the 3 seed in the West here, looking to pull off the upset against the 1 seed out of the Central. And that ball's driven foul to the right side, out of play, out of the ballpark, into the apartments. The count stays 2-2. Winner gets a chance at the semifinals tomorrow against Heritage, Cabot winner. And that ball's hit to shortstop, maybe a double play ball here. And they do. They get a double play. So Drake Naylor gets out of a jam here, and now we're going to go to the last at-bat for Conway at the bottom of 7 with HarBer leading 6-1. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and get to the bottom of the 7th.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
A lot has changed over the past few years, but one thing that hasn't is McClarty Daniels' commitment to our customers and our community. With over 1,500 cars in stock, there's something for everyone at McClarty Daniel. We'll help you find the right car at the right time at the right price. See why every year more than 10,000 families choose the McClarty Daniel experience. Find what drives you at any of our 6 locations in Northwest Arkansas. Shop now at McClartyDaniel.com.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
All right, welcome back to Bentonville for the last at-bat for Conway. And Davis Dyer's up bat. Down 6-1, Conway to the 4 seed out of the West. HarBer, Conway the 1 seed. And Conway's down in their last 3 outs, maybe 2 outs here. And that ball is hit to center field. And Dylan Gibson is able to corral it in to get the first out.
Now, that's Conway, 23, Thomas Ford.
And now batting for Conway's number, and that ball was, that was Tucker Satterfield there for Conway. Now it's Thomas Ford up to bat, the cleanup hitter for Conway. Who will find themselves down 6-1 here in the 7th. Gavin Moore, who came in and pitched for Cornelius and got the last out of the 6th inning, is still in for HarBer. The right-hander. 1-0 now to Thomas Ford. And that ball misses for strike or ball 2. And so count is 2-0 here to Thomas Ford. Gavin Moore finds that outside corner for strike 1. And Gavin Moore is working fast and ready to get out of here. Move on to the semifinals. And that ball is hit to Luke Altum. And he's going to throw it over to first to get the second out of the game, or second out of the inning. And we're down to the last out of the game with Will Thompson coming in to bat. Or coming up next to bat for Conway. Conway finds themselves to their last out, and Gavin Moore here coming in to pitch to look to get a save. Or I don't know if there's a save opportunity technically. And first pitch to Will Thompson's right down the middle for a strike. And that ball, that breaking pitch is in there for strike 2. Gavin Moore trying to close things out for HarBer. HarBer getting to the semifinals tomorrow at 2:30. And that ball's fouled down the right field line. Will Thompson fighting off that. HarBer fans trying to make some noise here for Gavin Moore to get this third out. The 0-2. And that ball's low and away. Good pitch. Good 0-2 pitch. Maybe Thompson will chase something here. Thompson didn't, so now the count's 1-2. Moore delivers. Low and outside, ball 2. So now the count is 2-2 to Will Thompson. Trying to string things along here as much as possible. Try to get on base here. The 2-2. And that ball is flied straight up. Chola might have a play on this, and he does. And that is the ball game. HarBer winning 6-1, and they're going to play in the semifinal tomorrow against the winner of the next game here tonight. And what a beautiful game by HarBer. Luke Corneliuson gave up a run in the first inning, and then after that, it was smooth sailing for HarBer as they collected 2 runs in the second, third, and sixth inning to get to six runs and win 6-1. Well, that's going to end things here for this game, and appreciate you all listening and watching. I'm Tim Ruby, and for all the crew here in Bentonville, we'll be back with John McElroy calling the last game of the night with Heritage and Cabot kicking off probably about 6:45.